Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a durable, stackable set of sawhorses using just 2x4 lumber. And I do this on every major job I do, bigger jobs I do, to support materials, but also we usually have an assembly table. This design, it's super budget friendly, $30 or less, and you can complete it in under an hour. The materials and tools you need, five 2x4 8-footers, 3-inch screws, you need about 40 of them, a saw, measuring tape, pencil, drill driver, speed square, and maybe a torpedo level. And your cut list is simple. You're going to make 14 30-inch cuts 2x4. I use a stop lock on my miter saw. I measure once and I just go, and I just make multiple repeatable cuts. I find using a stop lock is more accurate. I don't have to pull my tape out 14 times, and it's just easier. Now, as far as assembly of the sawhorses, the first thing we do is build the I-beams, right? 2 I-beams. You're going to sandwich a 30-inch 2x4 between 2 other boards, and you're going to have 1-inch overhangs on either end. I actually mark the 1 inch on both ends for easier alignment and kind of working as I go. And I pre-drill. Pre-drilling it's easy, you don't have to, but I pre-drill and put in 4 screws on each side. Then you look at the legs. The legs angle in under that I-beam lip, and they screw into place with 3 or 4 screws. Again, I use pre-drill, and I used a big speed square to kind of align it to the I-beam to keep it kind of straight. Once you're done, you can use these, stack them. They're super easy. You can stack and store them when not in use. I will give you an assembly tip though. Sometimes, even with the best intentions, these saws can have a bit of wobble in them. So I've found that if you install 1 screw in each leg, flip the sawhorse around on a workbench and check for wobble. That'll save you time from redoing things. Use the square to check the legs again, and maybe tweak the legs to adjust for wobble. And assuming you have a level work surface, a little torpedo level on top can kind of help keep you level as well. All right, now we've talked about a simple set of sawhorses that stack. Let's enhance it a little bit. You can bevel the feet. It's a little bit of a pro tip, but sawhorses, if they're sitting on solid surfaces, floors, outside concrete, whatever, beveling the feet is going to create a wider base on those legs, which improves stability and distributes the weight of the sawhorse more evenly. A common bevel that I use is 20 degrees. It results in like a 60-degree angle at the base. Now, for additional stability to your sawhorses, right, you can add what I call like anti-sway stability, and it's just adding stretchers along the lower legs, either the long way or the short way, or both. The stretchers are going to enhance the load bearing capacity and also prevent swaying of the horses, which eventually results in their failure. Furthermore, you can add a piece of plywood on top of those stretchers to create a convenient lower storage shelf. And we do this a lot of times when we have an assembly table. It's great for tool storage. So I need to mention something about stackability, because if you plan on adding these side stretchers, and they do a great job beefing the sawhorses up, you'll need to adjust the length of at least one of your sawhorses to accommodate additional material when stacking. So those side horses, they get in the way of the stacking. So to do this, you make one sawhorse longer than the other to prevent that interference. And here's how you do it for stacking. You cut one I-beam should be 2 inches longer. So cut one I-beam at 32 inches now and install those legs flush to the outside edge. On the other sawhorse, make that I-beam 30 inches, but move the legs inward towards the center 1 inch. Now this creates a 4-inch clearance, creating the room for the side stretchers to slide over and pass over the other sawhorse. Because remember, you got 1.5 inches, that's 3 inches. So the 4 inches allow you to slide over that 2x4. And then lastly, you know, if you're going to do that plywood shelf, because those side stretchers are great for putting plywood shelf and stacking stuff on, you can't mount it permanently if you're going to stack the sawhorses. Or you just, you know, maybe you just drop it in. The shelf could be removable, like a drop-in style, to avoid interference. But then you got to store the shelf. So if I'm going to make a sawhorse with a shelf, I'm making it permanent, and then at the end of the job we either it tosses in the dumpster or we take it to the next job. But it depends on how you're going to use your sawhorses. So to conclude, building your own stackable sawhorses from 2x4s is a quick, affordable project that pays off with lasting utility. Whether you're supporting a large workpiece, assembly table, or just organizing your shop, these sturdy, customizable shop sawhorses or garage sawhorses can hold up to the task. With just a few tools and under an hour of your time, you can create them and make them yours. Make them any height you want, customize them. It's just an easy way to do it. And I like the ones that stack so you can kind of put them off into the corner. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I appreciate your support. We'll see you next time. Take care.